Ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this. Welcome to episode 57 of the TEW 2016 Challenge Run. We're here, final night of the UK tour with Wembley Stadium's crown jewel event for SmackDown Live. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into the show. Pre-show segment, or match even. The New Day defeat Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows when Big E defeats Gallows with a midnight hour. Not much else to it, just a kick-off match. With no real story behind it. We get the intro again. America the Beautiful, not America the Beautiful, God Save the Queen, blah blah blah. Rule Britannia, Union Jacks, British, it's coming home and all that. Maybe even a bit of Free Lions. And opening contest is to determine the inaugural Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions, in which the Lucha Dragons defeat Kenny Williams and Noam Dar when Sin Cara defeats Noam Dar by pinfall. The Lucha Dragons are the inaugural Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions, and Kalisto has won a championship in my universe. But Sin Cara did all the work, Sin Cara got all the pinfalls, so he better enjoy his 15 minutes of fame, because once they're up, he's never going to do anything of note ever again. But here he is, because I didn't feel like I wanted to give the titles to the Scots right away. I didn't think they'd be decent first champions. So I thought the best first champions out of these two would be the high-flying, one half exciting, one half shite luchadors, and to get the crowd invested in them. And yeah. But then get the other Cruiserweight match. A B-. That might be the best Cruiserweight title match I've ever had. But Tyler Bate defeats Akira Tozawa with a title of 97 and retains the title. 71 for Bate, 59 for Tozawa. Which, he's down as an enhancement talent, Akira Tozawa. And he's smashing out nearly a 60 in the United Kingdom. Yeah, he may not be an enhancement talent in my eyes. He may be one of the top stars of 205 Live to me. Final non-SmackDown match. The returning Tegan Nox in her first match back defeats Toni Storm with the Vulture Culture Destroyer and wins the United Kingdom Women's Championship. So we had a new champions crowned on the Insurrextion show when Eichner and Bartel defeated the Grizzled Young Veterans. And we have another one crowned here tonight when Tegan Nox defeats Toni Storm. And now we get into our regularly scheduled SmackDown contests of the night. In our opening, sort of opening, but actually fourth match of the show, Apollo Crews defeats Kevin Owens by a handful of tights in 15:26 in 82B, which probably would have done better, but I had to protect Owens to keep him strong, to give Apollo Crews a nice win. But Apollo is now in the 60s because he's gotten the win over Kevin Owens on SmackDown, and he got another win in that 5-on-5 main event, but he didn't actually pin anyone. But he got a win for being a winning team in the main event. So this may bump him either to 70 or where he's like a couple of wins away from 70. So all of a sudden, I'm feeling confident about Apollo Crews getting to 70 before SummerSlam. I believe this is the 4-on-4 tag team contest. It's not elimination, ignore what the game says. It's 1 fall to the finish. AOP, Akam and Razor, defeat the Lucha Generation, the Bar, and the Snake Busters when Akam and Razor smash Curtis Axel with the last chapter and pin him. And the Authors of Pain win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Razor improving in Rumble, Lindsay in Flying. Akam and Razor 74-75. 54-57. What the fuck am I reading? 66 for Lindsay Dorado, 76 for Grand Metalik, 84 for Cesaro, 82 for Sheamus, 50 for R-Truth, and 64 for Curtis Axel. And now the AOP rule the roost here on the SmackDown Tag Division. In a 62C, decent wrestling, little heat, Mike Kanellis defeats Rusev in 12:21 by pinfall with a roll-up after Maria interferes. Rusev, had to be kept strong. That's why the match did terrible. Rusev 69, nice. Mike Kanellis 54, and Mike Kanellis gets the win over Rusev here tonight. 87B+. Drew McIntyre defeats Finn Balor with a Claymore in 1704. So he gets his second straight win over Finn Balor, who's no longer who's not the demon here tonight. He hasn't been the demon since WrestleMania. And Drew McIntyre has used that to advantage. He didn't feel like the demon should come out against McIntyre. Maybe he should have brought it out because McIntyre has just swept him 2-0 in these last pay-per-views. Where will either man go from here? Only time will tell. 82B. Asuka defeated Charlotte Flair with an Asuka lock. She gets her win back. She finally put Charlotte to sleep, avenging WrestleMania 34, avenging Fastlane when Charlotte inserted herself into the triple threat match at Mania, avenging everything that Charlotte's ever done to piss Asuka off. She's been put to sleep with the Asuka lock here tonight, and Asuka reigns victorious in Wembley. 95A. Daniel Bryan defeats Andrade in 1742 with a handful of tights. This is going to help Andrade a hell of a lot. Because even though he lost, he was a part of a big pay-per-view and gets a 95A. Andrade was originally supposed to go over here, but I battered Brock. Well, I didn't batter him because I kept him strong most of the time, so his popularity didn't really go down at all. But in terms of on-screen presence, he got battered 3 pay-per-views in a row by Aleister Black. And he was such a good sport. I don't think he bitched at all about having to put him over in the Hell in a Cell match. He might have done, I can't remember. But I need to give him a win because he's been losing too many times. And Andrade, he'll be alright. Because this was a tainted finish. And something tells me that Andrade is not going to leave that lying down. Alexa Bliss comes out for a segment and... Okay. She says that she's lost her way since she had her thing with Charlotte Flair. But she knew she didn't want to miss Crown Jewel. She didn't want to miss the big Wembley Stadium special event because she loves... The people of UK wanted to see her here. Being that she hasn't got a match, she thought she'd come out here and just speak to them all. Let them know what the future of Alexa Bliss holds, and that is that she's going to fight her hardest to get back and finally defeat Shayna Baszler and become the SmackDown Women's Champion. But she's interrupted by Nia Jax and Tamina. And they're like, we've not really had any of the spotlight here because you and Charlotte and Asuka and Shayna have all been sort of battling each other out and clogging up the spotlight of the Raw, of the SmackDown women's division. Alexa, you used to be my... Hold on.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Yep, didn't think you would. Bliss, you used to be my best friend, and now I've traded in my friends for family with Tamina, and we're looking to make a statement here because now I've abandoned you. You've got no best friends in the back. So it's time to make our mark and put little Miss Bliss on the shelf as we stake our claim for the SmackDown Women's title. They both enter the ring and they both tower down on Alexa and look like Nia's going to destroy her. Tamina's going to be there as well. When help runs out from the back, Alexa does have a best friend in the back. Ember Moon is back. And she comes storming to the back with a steel chair, cracks Nia Jax across the back with a steel chair, cracks Tamina across the back with a steel chair, and they both go running. They both retreat to the back, and her and Alexa, they embrace, they hug. And they both...
Here's a sample of Like a Hug. Darkness
Alexa, stop. Her and Bliss hug each other because they're best friends. And it's a good old wholesome time. (82B) Ricochet defeats Robert Roode in 1546 with a shooting star press. Ricochet wins the Intercontinental Championship. So Ricochet's now Mr. Money in the Bank, but he's also Mr. Intercontinental Champion. $70C+. Shayna Baszler defeats Kairi Sane in 16-12 with a submission with a Karafuda clutch and retains the SmackDown Women's Championship against Kairi. Finally gets the monkey off her back, much like she did when she fought her in NXT for the last time. That feud finally got wrapped up there. Shayna won. Something tells me the main roster version isn't quite over yet, but for now, it's going to be put on the back burner as Shayna Baszler moves on to SummerSlam and fresh competition. Main event gets a 78B because Orton didn't want to lay down to Aleister Black. Should have put Bryan and Andrade on last. But it is Aleister Black who defeats Randy Orton with a black mass and retains the championship in 2002. Black gets an 81, Orton a 91. No work improvements. Could have been worse, but it's actually no, it's really bad. I think 78 is the lowest possible B you can get. 82B for the show. Kalisto was slightly overused. Okay, I can 100% agree with that. The fact that he was on the show at all means he was used too much. And the fact that he's fucking won a championship. Kalisto is a champion in my universe, so I don't know what the hell has come over me, but yeah, but there he is. And yeah, that's the end of the UK tour. It's officially in the books. Next time is week 1 of August. Do you know what that means? The road to SummerSlam is next. But don't you forget, tomorrow night on Raw, Raw is undisputed. See you then.